welcome to Who Put This On, Season 6, Episode 32, where we watched Ready to Love, Season 5, Episode 1. I'm Chris Lorenz, and sometimes they call me the pod. This is the pod office, because we deliver.
We deliver. This is Noah Singer, and your ass can't be as big as mine.
All right, this is your first time listening. That was a reference to the show we watched this week. And each week we watch a different reality show discussing it, if it's good or bad. And last week we watched My Mom, Your Dad. And we had a poll on Twitter to see what you guys thought about My Mom, Your Dad. And you guys picked with us top third show.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty consensus. Max, you can go suck it. I mean, listen to that to see what we thought about it. Anyway, Noah, what show do we watch this week?
Oh, yeah. Ready to Love. An unscripted dating series from a male perspective is coming to the screens. Ready to Love features successful black men and women in their 30s and 40s as they go through the steps of courtship. These men and women are looking for everlasting love. The men bring their observations and experiences to the forefront as they search for true love. Thomas, nephew Tommy Miles, hosts the show. That is Ready to Love on Discovery Plus. I don't know where else it shows.
It's on the OWN network.
Oh, right. Yeah, OWN.
Which is on Discovery Plus, where you can watch this commercial free. Discovery Plus, send us money. We could be your official podcast network.
Yeah, I really lucked out. I'm in the middle of my 7-day free trial, and we just happen to be doing a show of Discovery Plus. It really worked out.
Our other co-host Brian has access to Discovery Plus, so he gave me the deets, or I would have had to go to Comcast. Ugh.
Yeah, Beverly was watching HGTV on the HGTV Plus app, and they have like 5 minutes of ads every 5 minutes. I'm like, we got to stop this. Like, I'm not even watching it. I'm getting pissed off.
Yeah, we're in the ad-free life. Is no more cable, all subs with no ads.
Right.
Unless you're Comcast and you just give me a free account. But I don't really watch you. Anyway, let's do this. This is our first ever duo cast.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think about it. This is our first two-person podcast. We'll see how this goes. And then this is the final show for Love Month.
Oh, man.
This is final Love Month show. And it's Black History Month.
Yeah.
This is, if you don't know, this is all black women and men.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We're white. We're not going to bring race into this.
Nope.
But just so you know, this is what we're dealing with. So let's talk about this Ready to Love. It's a very interesting show. So we have 14 people. Yep. 7 men, 7 women, which apparently previous seasons were 20 people. And then they have like this, they have a, what's it called?
Like a meeting
twist. They have like a twist where like more people come in. Like blind dates, but not in this episode, which we can get it later. But then they all go to this, like all these people go to this mansion and they just like chill for a while. Then they kick a man out and they kick a woman out. Quickly. It's just that night. It's done. They're done. It's very interesting. It seems very quick.
Yeah.
And that's like the end of the episode, really. Like that's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot going on there.
No, I'd say for all purposes, it's a pretty typical, I'd say, dating show. It's very typical.
See, I disagree with you. Because this first episode's very typical. Introduce 14 people. They all talk. We move on. But they are not stuck in this mansion. This show is them in their real life. And they come back and forth through like intersections with the people.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
So this is, I had to watch the next episode, like at least part of the next episode. I'm like 15 minutes in to really understand what was going on. To like the next time on made it seem like they're out in the real world a lot. And like people are changing their outfits drastically. And it is very different than a typical dating show. Like it is
cool.
Yeah. I love this aspect of the show. It's not really shown in episode 1, but like it is very. This is the way dating shows should be done. I think.
No, that's pretty neat. Yeah, they didn't give much of how the game was going to go beyond we're going to move people out of this house fast. I mean, kick off the show. But it also was. It seems like you shouldn't be a first time watcher in season 5 for this show.
But it's so weird. Why can't we jump into season 5, episode 1? Like, I don't think you can't, Noah. I think we were fine, but they definitely didn't do a great job of explaining this whole format of the show.
No, I think they just assume like people are coming back for it, and I get it.
They could spend 30 seconds telling us what's going on, and they didn't really do that.
No, like Tommy Miles seems to be super popular, right? Like people seem to know him.
Well, I just looked him up, actually. If we want to talk about him,
nephew Tommy.
Yeah, let's talk about his host. It's hosted by Tommy.
Yeah,
So it's Tommy Miles, and he's the nephew of Steve Harvey.
Oh, that's why they call him nephew.
Yeah, he's Thomas' nephew, Tommy Miles, and he's the nephew of Steve Harvey.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So he apparently makes prank phone calls on the Steve Harvey morning show. He's a co-host of. So like that's his big thing, I guess, is the Steve Harvey morning show, which I'm guessing is it's like a radio show.
Yeah, I knew that was part of like Steve Harvey's portfolio. I mean, he's like just one of the people who's like always working. It's like Steve Harvey's everywhere.
This is the Steve Harvey universe.
It really is.
I like this guy as a host. He really came in and like they gave this guy fucking shit to do, which was great. Like at some point he does this couch thing, which we'll get into, but like he does a great job of like setting the tone, actually coming in and talking to people. And he's very like affable. He's a very likable person. I thought he was great.
Yeah, he did a good job. Like, I think he struck the right balance of spice and boring. Like it wasn't too much.
He's not stealing the spotlight. He is right. He's just pushing the tone in the right way and pushing the spotlight onto these actual contestants. Do we know what you win at the end of this thing?
I think we just win love, but that's a good point. Let me go figure this out.
Figure that out. Go to the Internet Core Force. So while we talk about this, we could talk about this apex of his career, or is it upgrade or downgrade for him?
I mean, this seems to be his show basically on season 5. I mean, it's on OWN, so
he co-starred in a movie according to his IMDb. He's got a bunch of IMDb credits, but he's not a lead, but he is a co-star of a movie, but like it's a movie I've never heard of. Yeah. Which I don't know if this brings, the topic we didn't want to bring up, but I could, it's season 5. People seem to love him. It's like, is the Steve Harvey morning show his like apex? I don't think I know enough about like his career and what his aspirations are, but
no, I mean, I was looking at all his credits. Like he definitely seems to do a bunch of entertainment that is specifically geared toward the Black community. It doesn't seem to like go into content that's not like very much geared towards that. At least for my purposes, I haven't ventured too much into there, so it's like I just don't know, right? Like
I don't know,
but I don't check it out after this. I think he's got me like at least hooked enough to be curious.
Yeah, I mean, I would not be opposed to listening to like a morning show with this guy on it. Like,
right.
Like I like a good morning show, but anyway, he was great. So then this show does the thing I fucking hate. They introduce 14 people, bang, 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 bang. As they come in, they get the shot of them in their like hot outfit, and like they come in, and it's just such a terrible way to introduce these people.
But it seems to be the thing now. Like producers are just looking at other producers, how they're doing it, and like this just seems to be it. We need to shake that up. Like we got to get into the game to set the new standard. Otherwise, we're going to be waiting on other people to try to do it.
Yeah, but The Bachelor doesn't do this.
No,
or do they? Or do they have the 2-hour event where they introduce everyone?
I don't know.
Maybe they do it. Yeah, it's just so like, who the hell is like, Demetrius or Sabrina? I didn't even miss somebody. Like, I had no idea. I have 13 names written down. I have no idea who the 14th person is.
I mean, I took little notes. Like Demetrius, so he's like the top get right now.
Yeah, he's the hot one.
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely got Demetrius in that eggplant suit.
Yeah, but the thing is if they never introduce the people like this, I'd still know the same amount of people, because the only people I know are the people that did shit in the episode.
Yeah.
So introing it this way is absolutely pet peeve. Absolutely terrible.
How would you do it? So you think you just do like 5-minute vignettes, something like that, so you get more depth?
You just show the first like couple people as they come in, and then you kind of time lapse other people as they come in. And like when they're in there talking, that's when you like, okay, these two people are talking and let's intro them both. And then you go through it so you have some connection to these people are. Like you just like in a show like this where you have one episode and you have 14 people and there's one mansion, like you need to go through them all. Ideally, you'd intro like hard intro like 8 of them. Then the next episode you intro 6 of them.
Okay, so you spread it out a little bit.
That would be the ideal, but the way the show seems to be cut, that would be tough to do. 14 people would probably be the highest limit you could introduce in one episode. But even then, here I still don't know who I missed. Like 10 people is probably the highest I would ever do.
I just go back to like I remember learning in like grade school, they talked about how they came up with the number of numbers they put in a phone number. And it's like, yeah, people can't remember more than 7 things. Like 7's the limit.
Yeah. And they never do like this like shotgun view of like Brady Brunch view.
The Brady Brunch.
The Brady Brunch view. Like Brady where you can see like 9 to 14 people and what their names are. So you can put names like maybe I did that. Like that would definitely help. Like it's hard. Like it's just hard to even see what these people do in an episode.
I feel like you need one of the like during SportsCenter or CNN they have like the ticker tape on the bottom. Like I feel like that should be introduced in the first episodes where you're just like they have a little picture, they have the name, and you're just going through it throughout the episode.
Like, you just can't. Yeah, they need to like you need to bring the name up a lot, and you need to like have like they need to be doing something. Like so we get to this. Fernando is the guy they kick off.
Yeah,
he wasn't even fucking in the episode. Who the fuck is Fernando?
No, they showed him. I mean, to be fair, I think they did give a good amount of airtime to at least each of the male candidates. I think they had enough time where like I kind of understand who they are, except for Tori. He got not too much, but like Fernando. They really just try to ham up how his dating style is his interview style. It's like, bro, that ain't gonna work. Like, come on, man.
Oh, that was the interview. Like, I didn't even know that was the interview guy. No idea.
Yeah, no, it takes real focus, and like I think that's the issue, right? It's like people don't watch reality shows to focus. Like they're watching the reality shows to clock out, and so if it takes so much energy to keep track, you're not delivering on your value.
They're not keeping the chirons up. Like you got to keep the chirons up. Like I got to know who these people are.
You got to be doing that. Yeah, they need something like maybe like a sim thing, with the little like green diamond on top. Like
they really need the Tool Time like nicknames so that I know who they are.
Yeah,
like this is the interview guy.
Yeah, it is hard. It's a persistent problem.
Yeah. Especially when you watch a new reality show each week, you're like, who's that? I don't know who that was.
I think that's probably the catch, right? It's like, yeah, episode 1, but they know that they're going to try to build these character arcs anyway. And so it's like, whatever.
I don't think it's that big of a problem if you're doing a Netflix model, though. Like, if you liked the show, like, they're planning on you, like, watching more than one in a session. Yeah. And like, this is not a Netflix model. It's each week you're supposed to come back. And like if you told me 2 days from now, like who is PO. I was like, I have fucking any idea who the fuck you're talking about. Like,
right.
It's just like,
no way.
There's just, maybe you're just not supposed to remember who they are, but then how are you supposed to build connection? Then how am I supposed to like care about the show? Like the whole part of this is like, we're supposed to care about these people and care about their love, finding love. Are they ready to love? Are they here for the love reasons? Is Dr. Pepper involved? Do we need to get her on the show? I don't know. But like, as we talk here, I think the show has a lot of potential. And I'm just kind of disappointed, and I'm always disappointed when they do this. Intro all the people at once.
I get you. Should we go through everyone? With that said, should we go through everyone?
Here, I'll go through all the people that I wrote. We'll go through, and I'll talk about anyone that I have notes for.
I got all the names here. I'm good to go.
Yeah, we got Dakaya.
Yep.
She's 39.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right. So I'll finish up the woman. So we got Ace.
She's 37.
Yeah. So you have Ace, who's 37. She's a philanthropist. We have Joy, who's 41. She's a professional singer. She goes on tour and everything.
I got no notes for like anyone in the show. To be
honest. We got Precious. She's 34. We got Keena. Spoiler alert, gets kicked off. She's 39. We got Sabrina.
She seemed kind of annoying.
Very annoying. We got Sabrina, who is 36, wearing a very bright green outfit that she pulled off very well.
She had where my quote came from. She said, or no, my quote, I didn't use this quip. I was going to use this one, but she said she needs her man to be hot AF.
Hot AF, yeah. That was a Sabrina one.
That was a good quote.
Going on quotes, quips didn't use. I'm vaxxed and waxed. That was my backup.
That was a good one. That's a good one.
I was happy about that. And then the last woman is Tiffany. Tiffany, who was a bit of a fan favorite. People seem to like Tiffany.
But she was in the low. Which is bottom two.
Which is weird. So like double standard. For some reason, they just kick off Fernando like easy peasy. Fernando, you're out. For the woman, they're like, Tiffany, you're on notice. Keena, you're out.
It was weird. It was also weird you didn't like. So this is what happened. They kick Fernando off. They get the women, interview him, then they kick Fernando off. Then they get to mingle more. So Fernando doesn't get a say in who gets kicked off. He's just like, nope, you're off the show. You're off even more than the person that gets kicked off. The other person that gets off.
Very interesting setup. Like, I don't think we've ever seen that where it's kind of like split up in the middle.
Yeah, it's, do what you want to do. I don't know. I don't think it really helped or hurt the show. It was just interesting.
Yeah. So let's go to the men. We got Clifton, who's 44. He's like the big teddy bear, Barry White voice. We got Demetrius. He's wearing an eggplant suit, and he's described as dark chocolate.
Doc.
Yeah. They're really into his dark chocolate, which I found pretty funny. We have Fernando, who's kicked off, talked about him being the interviewer. We got Laverne. Laverne is a former bodybuilder.
That was the person I missed. Laverne. I don't have a Laverne. I don't know who a Laverne is.
He's the one who's like, oh, I'm a stripper. JK.
But he is.
Yeah, no. Maybe.
I remember somebody saying they were a bodybuilder.
A lot of the people are engineers. They're like, it's definitely I felt like there was an over-indexing on engineers on the show.
Well, what else is going? So this whole show takes place in Potomac, Maryland. So Potomac is pretty close to like Washington D.C., I believe.
Right.
It's in like government contract sphere, and that's like, those are the jobs available.
I mean, there's also a lot of people in like doing politics shit.
But those people aren't joining a reality show. That's the thing.
That's a good point. Probably not good for political careers. Actually, who knows? I don't know. All the Republicans seem to be coming from reality TV, so who knows? So next we got P.O., otherwise known as Paul.
I was so confused by this.
Yeah, he just goes by P.O. It doesn't stand for Pro Officer Sometimes it stands for like pretty okay. It stands for a whole bunch. Paul comes off as a bit of an asshole in this. I think he's a nice guy, but man, he doesn't serve himself well on the episode.
Yeah, it's very weird. This is where my quip came from, because he says he's like the post office because he delivers, and we're like the pod office.
Funny guy, funny guy, but he definitely got edited. He got edited to be like, not a good guy.
I mean, they did this edit of him saying he's PO and made it seem like he's a real jerk. But what do I know?
Well,
he might not be a jerk.
I don't think he is, but like he was talking with one of the women. I forgot which one, and she's like, "Yeah, I was married for about 1.5 years, but then we got divorced." And he's like, "Oh, you just didn't give it enough time."
Oh yeah, he was a dick.
It was like, "Oh, buddy, what did you just say?"
That might be contender for worst right there. Like, you can't say that to somebody.
Right, like you just meet someone, they're telling you they got divorced, and you're like, "No, you just didn't give enough time. You got to try harder."
Oh man, you have no idea what that person's dealing with. You can't just say that.
Right, like that. I mean, you can't edit that, and so that's a PO straight take. That was rough. We got Tori. Tori's a realtor. He doesn't get too much airtime, but he gets a spotlight on how his mom never said she loves him growing up, which is so sad.
Yeah, there's definitely some real conversations happening in the show for sure.
A lot of them. Like, they went pretty deep quickly, and I don't know if that's like a ready to love thing. Like, maybe they know that's kind of the game, like going hard. Definitely did a bunch, and then we got Wiley. So Wiley played at Virginia Tech. He got that ACC ring going on, and he's kind of a young gun on the show. He's 32. Then next, Fernando was 34, but after that, you have like people at 36, 37, 39.
Yeah, he's definitely the youngest one. And then Kinney, was that her name? What was her name?
Kina.
The annoying girl.
Yeah,
Kina. She was like, nope, you too young.
Yeah,
bounced from that combo.
Bye.
Also, find out shortly in the episode 2 that he's like, his dad is famous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me see. I have all their Instagrams from Discovery. His name is Wiley Brown.
Yeah, it's like Charles Brown or something.
Charles Brown's his dad?
I don't know. It's very something that I didn't know who it was. So like,
looks like Chuck Brown.
It's Chuck Brown. There we go.
Oh, it's like his dad. I think he was a musician. It looks like.
Yeah, some famous musician. It seemed.
Chuck Brown.
At least that's what it seemed like. People on that episode were like, "Oh, your dad is Chuck Brown? Whoa!" Like,
he's a famous guitarist. He seems he created this sound called like the go-go sound. Like big into soul music. I'm not familiar with him, but I feel like if I play like some of his videos, I'll be like, oh, I feel like that's gonna happen.
Yeah. So, is there anyone else we need to intro? Who else? Is that it?
No, that is everyone.
That's everyone. All right. Yeah. So this is where the show, I think, falters, because I can't tell you who's with whom, who I care about at all. There's no one to care about. There's no relationship to care about.
Yeah.
That said, I think they do they picked a really good set of people. Like, I think everyone seems interesting. Everyone seems like they have a decent personality. Like, I'm not rooting against anyone really. Like, there's some people that aren't as good as others, but then there's some really deep conversations. It's very they picked this age group is interesting. This late 30s, early 40s, because they're down to AF and they're willing to show it. And I think that provides a lot of really fun TV.
Mm-hmm.
20s, some of them are really down to AF, but they just don't show it nearly as well as, I don't know, as this age group, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's the theme, the past 2 weeks, right? Your mom, my dad.
We're looking at an older generation here.
I agree. maybe it's just because we've watched too many 19, 20 somethings like go on these just to try to get like insta famous. But the content seems better. It's less of the fake drama, right? Less of the people that's trying to get their moment. Like they're actually here to like play the game a little bit for love.
Yeah, it seems like these people actually want love. Like I think that's probably the biggest thing is that you watch some of these other shows, you're like, no, I don't think so. Like, you're not here. You're not here for the right reasons.
Yeah. You know? Like, as they say on Shark Tank.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've said that on The Bachelor a lot. That was the Bachelor thing. Was like,
oh, really?
You're not here for love. Like you're not here for the right reasons. So that's kind of where it comes from. But this show is also very much like you have got to be here for love. It's called Ready to Love. Are you ready to love? Is the question that happens on the show a lot. The one thing that while they're kicking people off, they do this fun thing. I love this thing. So they like the host took two people to like in a secluded area and talked to them about the people they were vibing with, the people they didn't vibe with. And I thought this was a great segment. I love like this made me feel more connected to like this whole situation than the normal confessional game they usually do.
Yeah, that was cool. They broke them down into small groups. I think what we don't see here is a lot of like Tommy's, I think like celebrity and like ease of personality get a lot of that out of people quickly. Like I think there's probably like an unsung hero aspect that we're just not seeing.
No, see, like I sort of think the host is great in the show. The host does a really good job in this segment. Without the segment, he's a fine host. He didn't ask him to do a lot, but with this segment, you're asking the host to be a host, to like find out information. You like interview people. Like it's certainly, you know, way better than like the host of My Mom, Your Dad. Like, but you're not asking the host of My Mom, Your Dad to do anything other than announce things to the fucking contestants.
Yeah, I've watched I think one more episode of My Mom, Your Dad. The host doesn't do much, which is such a letdown. Like she's super talented. Like I feel like she's probably overpaid and underutilized based on how good she is.
Such a cash grab to like every like 9 out of 10 shows we watch have like hosts that do absolutely nothing.
Well, I don't blame them for the cash grab. Just like specifically My Mom, Your Dad, like she is a talent. Like she is good, and they just don't use it. It's just bad.
No, I mean you're just disappointed that they don't use her. I mean, I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest.
Right. Yeah, in general, it's just some free money.
Yeah, that's what all these things are, apparently, because they just don't, you know, you've got like Next Influencer that hosted nothing, Signals Inferno that hosted Joe Millionaire that hosted didn't do anything. Like, none of these hosts do anything if they're like this type of show.
No, I feel like they probably pay them like super cheap too, right? Like, because a lot of them are unknown. And I feel like it's like you get to put that host credit on your IMDb, right? They probably get them for like dirt cheap.
I don't know. I feel like there's also like this thing you could be like a Chris Harrison and just be like, you could be the face and the voice of like this show that gets big. You know, you're on OWN, so like the hell does like this guy like really expect? But I don't know. They probably get paid like a decent amount, not like because they could be doing something else. You know, it's not like it's really what they're worth. Like the higher the celebrity, the more they're worth, the more you have to pay them for their time. Like not necessarily like to put it on the show apparently, but to like get them to be there.
I mean, Nephew Tommy, he's definitely getting some money, right? Because like he's got a brand. It's the 5th season. He's carrying this, right? And so at that point, you have some leverage. But I think just more of like the dime a dozen shows that we've seen. I think those S1s, they're getting it dirt cheap.
You're on that ice cream show as the host or whatever. You get nothing.
Yeah, the Ben and Jerry's. Oh man,
the cone thing. I think
they use their employees. they said you're working overtime.
Well, that was a judge. There was a host.
Yeah,
and that guy didn't get paid shit. Yeah. He's also not a celebrity. That I'm just like, it doesn't really matter. The one thing that confused me was during these couch talks, no one mentioned Fernando from what I could tell. Then they kicked Fernando out. I was like, what? No one, like, how do you kick this guy out now? Why'd you kick him out?
They talked about him briefly, but like it's just like no one's driving with him. Like, just he seemed. It's kind of weird because like the camera time he got beyond this one segment where they made it really seem like he's interviewing someone. He's literally like, "What do you do for your job? Where'd you grow up? What's it? What's your mom's?" It was like it was pretty bad from like a dating aspect, but otherwise he seemed like a perfectly nice guy. Like dressed super nicely, like super sharp, and like I don't know. He seemed like just all put together.
Yeah, I had no idea Fernando was getting kicked out. I had no idea.
Yeah, I actually liked his suit ensemble. Like people didn't like it; they said it was too professional. I don't know. I thought his suit getup was pretty good comparatively. Like everyone had good game, but I liked the suit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It was weird. I thought it was weird that I could definitely see why they kicked off. What's her name?
Oh, Kina. Yeah. Kina's annoying.
Or they kicked off PO because he seemed like a dick in the edit, but like it could just be they kick off somebody that's boring, or somebody no one vibed with him. So see ya, like that's fine. But like you didn't show that in the edit. And that's again a weird thing for the show to have 14 people and then you kick 2 people off, and then it's like, well, do you show those 2 people a lot so you know why they get kicked off, or do you not show those 2 people because they don't give a fuck? They don't matter to the rest of the fucking show, like
right? Yeah, it's interesting. Like I'm trying to look up more on Paul. So on the Discovery site for promoting the show, they listed everyone's Instagram handle. Oh, there it is. It finally loaded. I thought like he like erased his handle. For some reason it came up.
Instagram beta. It takes forever. Your internet's using all its internets to send a video to me.
I'm on the web. I don't think there's anything special what I have on the web. The video might be taking it, but I mean, Paul looks like a normal dude, like based on his Instagram. Like, I don't know, nothing too crazy.
All these people are normal people. That's also what I like about the show.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul looks very normal. The one thing, he was in the military for 20 years and he retired. So definitely got to thank him for that. And just, I'm sure he's been through some things. He also looks a lot like R. Kelly. It's kind of funny. I'm going through his Instagram. He takes some photos and he's like, I think really trying to look like R. Kelly in some of these. It's pretty great.
Is he trying to do the remix?
He gives us like look in a lot of them where he's doing like the head cock, like the stare inside your soul. I feel like he's trying to impersonate him. It's just pretty good.
All right, should we go to questions? I mean, that's kind of the end of the episode.
Yeah. I think go to questions.
I mean, I could give a brief what happens in the next episode.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
So the next episode airs, and all 14 of them meet up for like brunch.
All right.
All 12 of them meet up for brunch somewhere at some random time, unclear. And then Tommy comes out and is like, we got a twist for you. 2 of you are going to go on blind dates with 2 new people. So then they go on blind dates, and people are like doing more one-on-one time. I think they're going on real dates together. Like, I was kind of half watching it while I was setting everything up, so I can't give any good details, but like definitely seemed like a very interesting way to do this. Like it's more of like the Great British Bake Off model than like pay everyone to be in a house forever.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is interesting to do in the COVID times as well. Cause like,
right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm definitely curious how it plays out. Like, I want to see how the episodes are. I'm definitely going to corner that a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also to note is that like season 4 was in Atlanta, it seems, and season 3 was in Austin. So like each season is in a different city.
Let's see. Man, the internet. I guess the bandwidth is eating up the video. Let's see. Season 2's in Houston. All right. Season 1. What do we think? What do you think, Chris? What's coming up?
Oh, season 1. Atlanta's already taken. LA.
I was thinking LA also. That was going to be my guess. It's man, interesting. Maybe it doesn't. Do they change the script? Like, Atlanta.
I was gonna say Atlanta. Well, I did say Atlanta. I was like, well,
yeah, it's Atlanta. We have Atlanta, Houston, got Maryland.
It's also very confusing when you like look up Ready to Love because like Ready for Love is also a show. And like, so it's the Googling doesn't work. Anyway, we kind of talked about worst human being, but do you think you have another candidate for worst human being?
I think it's hard. Like Keena seemed annoying, right? But Paul has that one line where it's like, "P.O. What? Why?"
There was, I mean, it was interesting when Keena came in and like cockblocked the one guy at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I think that P.O. wins it for like. Sometimes it's hard to come up with these, and it's not like a hard worst human being. It's just like,
right.
Your edit made you look like the worst human being this time.
Yeah.
Who knows?
One thing before we go further, I'm a little confused. So, season 4 they did in Washington D.C.
Oh, okay.
Season 5 is in Potomac, Maryland, which is a suburb.
Oh yeah.
Of what? Like I don't get it.
Yeah, maybe that's just where's that Steve Harvey morning show? Is that in DC? Because it'd be a lot easier to get people on the show if they like that morning show.
I mean, Steve Harvey can't live in DC. There's no way they're taping Family Feud in DC.
I don't know. Steve Harvey's probably not even on the Steve Harvey show.
You don't think so? No, I think he is.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at their like promo picture. No, it has Steve in it. I mean, I don't know if he is or not, but Steve Harvey morning show. Anyway, I don't know. I'm confused how they can claim to do 2 separate cities, and it's like doing Bellevue and Seattle. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, people in Bellevue would be like psyched about that, though. You know?
Yeah. We made it, guys. We made it.
Yeah. So let's do some drinking rules. I think that I gotta want anytime somebody comes in and they look a fly, take a drink.
I was gonna say every time you like their suit, because I did like the suits. One thing that stuck out to me, people were a bit more than what I would expect of the color purple, specifically. So every time you see the color purple, take a drink.
You got to go with some stock ones on this one. So you got like, anytime they like drink, you take a drink. Anytime there's some flirtation, take a drink. And you really get a little toasty, I think, at that point.
Yeah. Anytime Tommy says, "Fellas," take a drink.
Take a shot if anyone like goes to Pound Town, you know.
Pound Town. Can you elaborate on what Pound Town is? It's like where they take dogs?
Yeah, that's right. Where they go to the pound.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some good drinking rules if you're looking to enjoy the show. What do you think the production schedule of the show is?
Huh. You know, now that you said they leave the house, like...
Yeah, I have no idea. I was trying to look it up. My cursory Googling didn't really give me any answers. It's got to be like months. I imagine.
How many episodes are there? So let's see. They do usually... Oh, wow. So they do 12 episodes. That's 20. So they'll probably do 10 episodes a season. I think maybe 2 months. 2 months.
Yeah. I mean, that seems reasonable to do. Like, I don't even know what you get down to. Like, I don't know. Like, you get down to how many couples at the end of the show. Like, this show evolves, and I don't know what it evolves to.
Yeah.
Like, clearly they kick off a couple an episode or episode or two, and like you get down to what, a couple of 4, 6, like 3 couples. Like, doesn't seem like you win anything.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Yeah, unclear. One thing I learned though, I guess because this is fifth season, like they got a thing going. We're supposed to refer to the show as RTL. So it's like TRL remixed.
I'm not sure that any show could ever be a TRL anymore. Like there's not like 80 million people watching this, like to get the cultural imprint of a 3-letter acronym.
I mean, they still make music videos. But I don't know. They say
I'm just saying, RTL. Like, you can't have a cultural fingerprint of RTL. Like, you just can't have it. You're on the OWN network. You got like probably a 0.2 viewership. Like, no way.
Yeah.
Can you have an RTL?
No RTL.
Way. Oh, I wonder if we should look up a good way to look up ratings. So I think that would be good.
Oh yeah,
some good data.
Let me see if we can pull this up. What's the next question? While I go in the corner,
would this show be better as a Quibi or a TikTok?
I think a TikTok to supplement the show could be pretty good. I'm actually going to see. Maybe they have a TikTok.
I don't know. I don't like a TikTok. Seems like a confessional to me. I don't think the show would be good.
Yeah,
as a TikTok or a Quibi. There's just not enough time. Like we were moving in this show. It's just
they don't got a TikTok. Yeah, I think in general these shows with like 20 people, it's like how do you
impossible. It's impossible. Yeah. And even if you lowered the cast to like 6, like what is the show? It's not a show. It's not the show.
Right. Oh man, I found a site that has the Nielsen ratings, but of course it's not in text. It's like a picture of the Nielsen ratings, and it's like 100 listings. Oh, actually, no, further down the page they wrote the text.
Yeah, you need to wait for the whole thing to load on your slow internet.
So they had a 0.08. 0.08.
I was generous with a 0.2. Generous.
But honestly, that's not even that bad. Like,
no, I'm sure that's a great rating for OWN.
So, out of all the shows on cable, right, of last week, they're ranked number 83. That's not bad.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say that's very good. Like, there's a lot of content out there. It's the number 1 rated show on the Oprah Winfrey Network.
I was just going to say, what's its OWN rating? But yeah.
So there's only 2 Oprah shows on this list. That's the first one. The second one is Ladies Who List, Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Our favorite kind of shows.
Ladies Who List.
All right. Let's do... I don't know who these people are, so I can't really say who's going to hook up next. Do you have any idea?
I mean, everyone's going for Demetrius, right? Like, so I think he's definitely going to get some hookup. People seem like Clifton. He's got that teddy bear Barry White thing going on. Demetrius seems to like fit a bit with Joy, and maybe I think it was Precious. So I can see you going down that route. I'm going to go with Joy. She was a singer, and I like singers.
All right, so there you go. Dimitri and Joy. She's going to hook up next.
Yeah.
What do you love about the show, Noah?
Definitely the outfits are really good. Like the clothing's top notch. I think people brought some really good personalities we talked about. One, I think is like being very comfortable on the show, it seemed like. And also just getting to some depth like pretty quickly. So those I liked it a lot.
Yeah. What about you? I mean, so usually we have the segment because I'm just shitting on the show.
Usually.
And like we shit on the show a little bit, but like I've been pretty positive about the show. I think the casting was great. The host was great. I think this like age range is a great content pool. And there's a lot to love about the show.
Yeah.
So let's do our ratings. We have a stack ranking system. We do top, middle, bottom, third. Some people stack rank in their stack ranks. So what do you got for me, Noah? Where's this rank?
Yeah, I think I'll put this as a solid middle show. dragged a bit. They did some things on like the execution that I think were okay. Like going to that dragging a bit. I wish they gave more of an idea of like what the game was going to be. Like I didn't know half the things you told me, right? They didn't explain it at all, and that could be because they want you to like go back and watch some of the other seasons. So I think it's a fine show. I like that there's niche content being made, like that's purely focused on black men and black women, and so I think that's great. But yeah, I think it's a solid middle compared to all the other stuff we watch.
Yeah, I don't normally do a James rating here, but I'm going to. I'm going to put it in the bottom of the top. I think that the show has potential. I think that we watch a lot of garbage, and I don't think the show is necessarily garbage. I think it made some bad choices in the beginning, which they can recover from. I don't know. It could go either way, but I think for especially like Love Month, like I can't imagine. I can't believe there's 2 top Love Month shows. Like that's unimaginable to me.
Yeah, like when I do compare this to My Mom, Your Dad, like I think My Mom, Your Dad is.
Whoa, hold on. No,
am I back?
You're back. You're back.
Oh, whoa. Ooh, that was scary. Man, I died and I came back. True zombie. I'll come out with my book in a little bit. You know how I died and come back to life. No, but I think compared to My Mom, Your Dad, this show is definitely not as good. Like that show is super creative.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it now because I like popped it on my side TV, and I watched a couple episodes. It is super cool. Like it is super cool to watch these like kids interact with their dad, their parents, and their dating life, and how they interact with each other with relation to their parents, and like the meddling, and when the meddling goes wrong, like it is very, very good. It's a very good show.
Yeah, I really want to get through it because like I just imagine there's going to be these moments where it's like, oh man, the parents are really going to go at it. Like they might have sex, and it's like, oh no, what's going to happen? Like
there was a point where they went to private time on the screen.
Oh no! Oh no!
That was pretty good. One of the people got kicked out and came in and found out. That was interesting. That was a cool moment.
And what's interesting, it seems like 2 of the kids might hook up. Like I'm at that point, I'm like, oh no. But,
there was definitely a point where like one of the girls has like the hots for that one guy.
Noah. I think it's like Noah. Stephanie and Noah. And Noah's 18 and she's like 22 or 23, which isn't bad. But she's like, oh no, I'm like cradle robbing.
Well, there's this one segment where it's like the girl asked him like, what age did you graduate high school? And he was like 2021. And then he was like, what age did you graduate college? And she was like 2020.
But she has the hots for him.
She was real thirsty for sure.
She really wants the Noah. I mean, who could blame her? Like everyone loves the Noah.
Everyone loves the Noah. Yeah. But that was kind of my shout out as I was watching that.
Mm-hmm. What else you got the shout?
I watched Love is Blind. I think I talked about that last week, but that's still pretty good. John Oliver's back this week.
Yeah, that was great.
That was good. Started to watch The Witcher season 2. Very good. I like that show. I think that's about it. That's all. On Friday or this weekend, I did a double feature.
Ooh.
Went and saw Uncharted and Moonfall. And Uncharted was an okay movie. It was kind of like National Treasure combined with Indiana Jones. It was kind of like, yeah, I'm not sure that I believe that like that was on the back of the Declaration of Independence kind of stuff happening. But overall, I thought the set pieces were kind of pulled from the games, but like they were fun. They're fun set pieces.
Oh, Uncharted's a game?
Yeah, Uncharted's a game for people that have played the game. But like the characterizations are a little off from the game, so it like put a lot of gamers off. But overall, I thought it was a good movie. Like if you've never played the games, it's good. Like as long as you're looking for like kind of an adventure movie. Like
I mean, it's got Spider-Man and Marky Mark.
Yeah, it's not like as good as Indiana Jones. Like I wouldn't put it in a classic, but it's an enjoyable sit.
Yeah.
And then Moonfall is so ludicrous and takes itself so seriously It is so funny. It is, get high, get some drinks, find your buddies, and like just pop that on. You'll have a great time. It is one of those movies for sure.
And this has Tarly in it too. Samuel Tarly's in this movie as well.
He plays such a weird character. He plays like a conspiracy theorist, and it's a character he's never really played before. To be honest, that's the way to watch that movie.
So, are you taking advantage of your Regal Pass or something like that?
Regal Unlimited, yeah. Regal Unlimited. I have the Regal Pass. We have a really nice theater in Seattle for Regal. They got nice, comfy leather seats. It's it's way better than the AMC in Seattle. There's better AMCs in Seattle, but the downtown one is kind of bunk.
I think all Regals are like that now.
You think? I hope so.
Like when I go home to New York, the Regal we go to, the same thing. Up north here, and like Bothell, whatever, like
in the suburb you're in.
Yeah. It's also like leather seats and all that. I think it's just like what Regal does.
Yeah, I mean they're pivoted well there. Like you get less people in the theater,
right?
But I think there's just less people going to theaters nowadays, so like that's not a huge problem.
I also don't feel bad because it's like, yeah, this is like a premium experience. I'm okay paying $15 or whatever it is because like this feels nice. Whereas when you don't have that, it's like sure, whatever. Like you'll pay it because it's kind of like an oligopoly, but like you don't feel great about it.
Just as a note, Noah, if you go see 2 movies every 2 months, makes up usually for Regal Unlimited. It's like, if you're paying $15 a movie, that's like $45.
Yeah,
and like Regal Unlimited's like $45.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the Movie Pass game when that was down,
Yeah, the $10 Movie Pass. Yeah. It's coming back. It's coming back, Noah.
I know, but I mean, I ain't gonna be going to the movies anytime soon. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing all those theater in your home, whatever they call it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, this is probably my last podcast for a while.
Yeah, I mean. That's right. Next Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. It's on Tuesday. So, like, way I'm doing next week.
Yeah, you definitely can't do next week for sure.
Nah. I mean, who knows? Like, we'll see how it goes. Who knows? I might have like dead time in the hospital. I'm like, I'll zoom in on my phone.
Maybe we'll have an interview with you.
Yeah. That'd be kind of fun. Live from the hospital. Yeah. I mean, maybe we should do like Babies Month. On the pod.
Yeah, baby month. We can find 18 and counting or whatever.
Right, exactly.
We could find episodes where they have their twins or something.
Yeah. I'm sure there is like enough baby reality TV.
I'm sure.
Oh, let's see. Labor of Love.
16 and pregnant.
Yep. The Baby Borrowers. That's a very intriguing title.
Actually, we didn't even discuss what we're watching next week. So, I don't know. Tweet at us what you think is a good reality show right now. Because we don't have one for next. We don't know what we're watching next week. So.
Well, I mean, the big picture, right? February, we had Love Month. January, we had Influencer Month. Should we continue these themes of the months, or should we just go back to the normal thing? Like, hey, what are we going to watch?
So this is some backdoor talk, or some inside talk. I personally think we need you do a month, you kind of miss some big shows. We never did that Gordon Ramsay show.
Next Level Chef.
Yeah, and it was big. We didn't do it, so it seems like it might be something to do next week, maybe.
Yeah.
Whereas when we do these months, we kind of miss out on some things like that. So you never really know what Netflix is also going to pump at the last second. You just log in and there's some new reality show in the top. And you're like, oh, I guess we could do that. I'm
surprised. I wonder if, so Netflix has a list of confirmed shows on a fan site, but I guess they don't really preview much. It's just boom, it's out.
It depends on if it's an old show and they have a new season, they usually kind of push it a little bit more. But like sometimes you could see the list of shows that are coming out, but you have no idea. It's just the name of the show. Like it's not even a description of a show a lot of the time.
They have a Magic the Gathering show coming out.
Oh, fun.
I wonder if if that's like a competition reality show,
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
It was like a Lego show, but like they had to do challenges and stuff. That could be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I actually watched Next Level Chef already, so I definitely could like maybe hop in. I mean, again, who knows how it's going to be like in the hospital? But
Noah, do not worry about next week. No, like a month from now, then we could talk about it.
I don't know. It could be fun. I can get my kids. Man, that's so fun. My kids get their first taste of fame, the first taste of the limelight.
I'm sure our audience would love to have babies and screaming in the background.
I mean, if they're screaming, I'll be happy. I don't know. Do babies scream at 1 day old? We'll find out.
You mean they scream all the time?
I don't know. Maybe we'll just get some nice like pacifier sound. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Tune in next week to see where we land.
All right. Noah, any other shout out? Or are we good? We good?
No, I'm gonna get some shout outs. These are not new shout outs, but these are shout outs that deserve shouting out. So of course, Nathan, for you, I think we're gonna be finished with the series as of tonight or so. So very sad, but
just in time.
It really is. I think I might. I'm very tempted to stock up on Summit ice gear just to show my fandom. I'm almost. I've been going through very slowly Dope Sick on Hulu, which goes over the OxyContin epidemic. Pretty solid show. Recommend watching. I've been doing Your Mom, My Dad. Almost done at Narcos Mexico. So excited for there. Man, there's something else probably I'm forgetting, but you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to be watching much of anything.
I think that's where you're wrong, Noah. I think you will be watching things. It's just like you're going to be so exhausted that like it'll be like you never watched it because you were like mentally unable to sleep. Like you're not sleeping well enough.
That's true.
Like long-term memory to like pull it in. So like some reality TV shows are like usually pretty good filler for that stuff,
Yeah, I mean, what I've heard for like the first 4 weeks, it really is just like not a lot of sleep, but they don't do much. They're like these little cute nuggets,
Nuggets. All right, I'm gonna mark that down and I'm gonna play it to your kids later. Just some really cute nuggets.
Yeah, they're little cuties, little nuggets. That's okay.
Patooties.
Yeah, we'll have 3 kids in the house at that point, and then we'll have my twins and then Scout. We'll be it'll be a household. It'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for our discussion of Ready to Love. Tell us what you think about the show on Twitter at HoopItThisOn. We'll have a poll up for you. You can find us on Facebook.com/HoopItThisOn. You can find us on TikTok at HoopItThisOn Podcast. You can email us questions and suggestions at HoopItThisOn@gmail.com. And we'll see you guys next time. Oh, so this is where they got us.